Well, welcome back. I am delighted that you've decided to come back today. I really want to shift gears from what I did last time when I was with you. If that was a coming to God through the use of an image, today would be just the opposite of that. This is considered, spiritual theologians call this apophatic spirituality, or coming to God without thought, without images. I owe this presentation or this meditation to the work of Thomas Keating and Cynthia Bourgeot, who studied the early mothers and fathers of our Christian tradition and came up with something that's more in our current way of speaking about psychological things. So this is centering prayer. I won't spend the 20 minutes to a half an hour that they recommend for it. I'll just give you a taste of it. So if you get into your meditative posture, and with your eyes closed, become in touch with your breathing. The early mothers and fathers of the Christian tradition, borrowing from the mothers and fathers of our Judaic tradition, thought of the structure of the human soul the way you might think of the Mississippi River. If you go to that river, you'd think that I've just seen it, but what you've seen is the surface of that river. It's down in the depths where the soul contains nothing less than God itself, God herself, God himself. Since it's the Trinity, couldn't we say God themselves? And so what our early mothers and fathers came up with is just a way to go to the deeper place where God awaits to rest with us. And the way to do that, according to centering prayer specialists, is to take an anchoring word, something as simple as peace, or light, or some sacred name for God, like Jesus, Father, Abba, and to use that word whenever a thought or a mental picture gets in the way, like this. I'm going to use the word light. Watch how I do this. I guess not watch because your eyes are closed. Listen to how I do this. Light. Light. If a thought comes, I'm not going to fight that thought, and I'm not going to cling to it. I'm going to let it flow on down the river by breathing in more deeply my anchoring word. Light. Light. Same goes for a mental picture or a little movie that comes. I'm not going to fight it, no matter how powerful it is, and I'm not going to cling to it. I'm just going to breathe my anchoring word more deeply. So that little by little, wordlessly, thoughtlessly, and imagelessly, I'll rest in that deeper place with God. Like an old couple sitting on the dock, it's not they have nothing to talk about, it's that they don't need to talk to enjoy each other's company while they watch the sunrise. Light. Light. And I invite you simply to rest in God with the use of your anchoring word. When it comes time to conclude whatever time you can set aside for this, you might use a simple prayer breathed in and out to conclude your time. I will borrow this prayer from a spiritual master named James Finley. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still. Be. And when you're ready to open your eyes, this concludes 5 episodes of building a habit of intimacy with God. I invite you to take those recipes and make them your own, however that works. If you're interested in more about centering prayer, you might pick up Thomas Keating's book, Intimacy with God, strangely enough. Or you could pick up Cynthia Bourgeault's book, Centering Prayer. I've enjoyed my time with you. Well, that concludes our 5 days of meditating together. I appreciate your own investment in your resilience, an investment in the power and a presence that has the capacity to change the world for the better. I hope you'll visit me on a weekly basis on my blog, sundaymorningcafe.com, and keep an eye out on my newsletter for a podcast that will be standing up within the next month.